So here's my video of a more extensive example of using enums. Again, like I mentioned in the last video or at the end of my enum video, is that I really needed to kind of experiment and play around with enums. And I did an example that I thought was a lot of fun and I want to share because I love Big Bang Theory. So my example is actually going to do the rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. Yeah, I thought it was it was funny to me, so I thought I would expound on the regular rock, paper, scissors. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to actually create two enums. One is for the hand gestures and the other one is for the results. So again, I'm going to create enum, and we'll do hand gesture. And we have 5, right? So I'm actually just going to do a case statement all in one line. So rock, paper, scissors, lizard, and Spock. Okay, so that's my first enum. And now I'm going to create my second enum, which are going to contain the results. So I'm going to do results. I'm going to do result. So remember, singular, not plural. So case, win, lose, draw. Okay, so now I'm going to actually I'm going to make this a string because I want the case name to be its raw value in this case. Alright, so now I'm going to create a function that looks at the matches. And this is going to, we're going to have a first player and then a second. I'm actually going to give it a really short name because it's just easier to write out, so I'm just going to name it A. And then the type, if you remember in the very beginning of my enum video, I said enums actually kind of create a type, so you define the type. So in this case, I'm actually going to bring in hand gesture as the type, because that's what we're going to be working off of. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the second player. I'm going to name him B. And again, I'm going to take a hand gesture as a parameter. So I'm going to have 2 hand gestures coming in. And then we are going to output a result. Instead of outputting string, I'm actually going to take the enum for our result as the result value. So I'm going to actually output result. Okay, so definitely a little bit different. I mean, again, I didn't really go into detail about this, but this is why I did this video, because I really didn't want my other video about enums to be uber super long, and this one is kind of just for fun, just a bonus. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use an if-else statement to output or compare the hand gestures. Alright, so this is actually going to be a really long conditional thing I'm going to be writing out here, and I tried doing it in a switch statement and it didn't really turn out that well. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. This is the one that I thought was the cleanest for my example, but I did try other ways, and if you find an easier way to do this that's cleaner, let me know. I'm down to learning something new or seeing how someone else solved the same problem. Okay, so again, I'm going to do an if statement. So I'm going to bring in A, which is up here. It's our name for our first player. So if the first player their hand gesture is Spock, then I want to compare it. So I'm going to use and. I'm going to use some parentheses here because I want to include all the possible hand gestures that would make this person who has the hand gesture of Spock be the winner. So I want to track winners at this point. Alright, so if B equals scissors, because we know Spock can break scissors, or if B equals rock, because we know Spock can evaporate rocks, right? Then that person would be the winner. Okay? Now I want to include the rest of the hand gestures, so what do I do? Well, I'm going to do an or, so double bar, and then I'm going to continue on. So I'm going to actually just tab here to make it look pretty. So I'm going to do A. Actually, I'm actually going to do parentheses because I want to, it's kind of like order of operations. Logic statements, you have to have a lower order of operations. So otherwise you'll get really weird results, and I've actually recorded this video for the second time because I couldn't figure out what the heck happened. Because I got the order of operations all mismatched and retarded. So remember parentheses if you're doing more than one example. So this is going to be, it's going to kind of look a little bit messy, not a lot, just a little. So I'm going to actually do rock this time, and kind of the same deal. I'm going to do and if the second player, get into parentheses because I want it to compare, have this comparison. So if the second player has the hand of lizard or has scissors, because we know rocks break scissors, and they also kill lizards. Kind of sad, it's true. Alright, so we do another or statement because we want to include all the possibilities. So A equals, and then we'll do paper. I know this isn't in order from how I put it up in the enum, but that doesn't matter. Swift is smart enough to realize what I'm talking about. Okay, again, do parentheses. Actually, I need to enclose the whole entire logic statement. So do paper, and if the second player's hand is Spock, because paper disproves Spock, or if it equals, oh, I messed up here. There we go. Or it equals rock, because paper covers rock, right? And then we do another or statement. And then we'll do our next one, scissors. And we do our and. Again, do parentheses to hold the second person's possible hand gestures. So if it equals lizard, or their hand gesture equals paper, scissors cut paper, then they would be the winner. Or, so last one, finally, to the end, see the light at the end of the tunnel. If lizard, so if they choose lizard, then the second person's hand is either Spock, because lizards, they can bite Spock and poison them, or if it equals paper, because lizards can totally eat paper. Okay, so that's the end. Finally, a lot of or, a lot of parentheses, but I think I've covered everything. So now I'm going to do my curly brackets, because now I want it to return something. So it says, cannot assign a value, binary operator returns immutable. Okay, so I made a mistake here. Try to do an assignment. Nope, I need to do comparison. Okay, error message, go away. Okay, got something weird going on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, gotta have those spaces, otherwise Swift freaks out. So if any of these logic statements are true, then I want it to return when. Why? Well, alright, missing a return function expected to return results. Right, I'm not sure why that's working, so I'm going to take that out for a second, see if that... Peculiar. Alright, I think the reason why it's doing it is because I need to account for these other ones. So let's go ahead and continue. Alright, so I'm going to do an else if because we still haven't accounted for draws, right? So we want to say if A equals B, then we want to return draw. And then if anything else means if there's any other match, then we want to return that they lost. Did you say lose? Yeah, lose. Okay, so no error messages. Awesome. Okay, so let's have a match. Let's see what happens, right? I want to experiment a little bit. I didn't test this out, so this might not even work, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I don't care. I can do what I want. Yes, I just made a South Park reference. All right. Okay, so let's have a match. So we're gonna do matches, and I'm gonna have the first person equal Rock, and the second person equals Spock. Okay, let's see what happens. Lose. What? And then I could totally print this out so it appears in my debugger area. And there we go. Lose. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. Alright, let's do another one. So I'm going to do Spock, because I like doing Spock. Let's say we'll just do another Spock. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's a draw. What? Okay. Let's try a win. So let's just copy this and paste it down here, because I don't like typing. Alright, let's do lizard. Let's see what happens. A win, yes. So you see, it works. It works, definitely works. Okay, so that's my example. I hope you found it kind of funny. If not, that's fine. But if you found it helpful, definitely like the video. If if any of my videos helped you, and you want to keep in touch and get the latest and greatest, please subscribe. Alright, thanks. Have a good one.